Hey everybody, I'm Josh.
I'm Jace.
And we're going to be reacting to the newest death battle, Madara versus Aizen. But before we get into that, I have a surprise for Jace.
What?
Put this in your ear. So I was at Emerald City Comic-Con today, the day of recording this, and I got to meet Monica Rial. And I got her... Yeah, exactly. And she made this video.
Hello, Jace. Actually, I should probably say hello in my normal voice. Hi, Jace. I'm Monica Rial, and you might not know who I am, but I bet you know who Suyuwasui is, better known as Frothy. But actually, I would just prefer that you just call me Sue. I mean, you know, Sue uses a lot.
You son of a bitch.
Anyway, I hope that you are having a plus ultra day. I'm here hanging out at Emerald City Comic-Con with your friend Josh, and he was like, hey, can you do a message for my friend Jace? And I'm like, yeah, I can. I hope that you're having a wonderful time, and hopefully I can meet you again in the future, like in person. It would be rad and super plus ultra, but until then, ribbit to you, my friend, and much love from Sue to you. Bye!
You cheeky motherfucker!
I had one made for Emily, and Emily cried on the toilet.
Wait, from her?
Yeah, I made a video. I made a video for Emily, and Emily ended up crying on the toilet. She's like, it's so fun, but I love you.
Oh.
And then what's really cool is that I told her there was no line behind me, so I got to talk to her for a bit. And I told her about like my OC named Erina, and I told her a little bit about like the stories I write. She's like, that is so cool. And then because there were 3 for $75 like line reads, I got Sue for you. I got a character from Oran High School Host Club for Emily, and for me, I had her read some of lines of one of my OCs. I thought it was really cool, like how I introduced the character that was pretty much inspired by a character that she plays.
I need to make some line reads.
Okay, and it kind of relates to my other tangent. Okay, fuck the U.S. Post Office. Okay, I ordered a pop figure of Ichigo from Bleach for Johnny Young Bosch to sign, and it said like, oh, all week it'll be here on Friday. It'll get here on Friday. It showed up today after the con is over. I went up to Johnny and his manager, and he was like, you can contact his agent or whatever and try to get it like mail ordered in. I was like, thank you guys so much. But fuck the U.S. Post Office. And I can't even be mad at the guy who shipped it to me because he was very nice and he shipped it right away. Fucking Post Office. All right.
You know, when I ordered you those art pieces for your birthday earlier this year, one of the frames came damaged. And they said, oh, sorry to hear about that. Yeah, I'll send out a new frame right away. Mm-hmm. Got there the day I was giving it to you.
Oh my god. I remember, so Tara Sands was doing a signing at the Auburn Outlet, the lady who plays Mokuba and Bulbasaur. I bought a special Bulbasaur pop figure just for her to sign. I didn't get it until later that day. So I ended up making a trip from Seattle to Auburn like 3 times back and forth that day. It was exhausting. But I got her to sign it, and she's going to be at SoccerCon if you want to go.
What's that one?
It's in April. It's an anime one.
If I've watched enough anime by that point, which hopefully I will have,
okay.
Probably going to watch Demon Slayer without reacting to it.
All right.
But,
then we can talk about it. All right. So right now we're watching Madara versus
By the way,
Aizen.
let's actually talk about the death battle now.
Yeah.
Despite me not really having anything to say about it.
You know a little bit. You know about Madara because he was talked about in the Might Guy.
And it was talked about by you. The 8 Gates. This guy is a regular human who wants to get up against a guy who's practically a god.
Okay.
That was you.
Okay, Madara became a god, okay?
Okay, make up your mind. Did he become a god or did he become like a god?
Close enough!
No! People will comment and they'll...
Okay. Oh my god. So, no matter what happens in this death battle, people are going to be pissed. Because this is like one of the most debated fights on like forums and shit. Okay, here's the thing. Okay.
And let's not forget that Rooster Teeth can, in fact, get these things wrong.
Okay.
Ben 10 versus Green Lantern, anybody?
Mm-hmm. No, okay, Jace, let me say this. Some of Madara's feats. Naruto is like the Hokage. Well, eventually he becomes the Hokage.
Right, and Boruto.
Yeah, he's the 7th one. The first ever one his name was Hashirama, and he started the Hidden Leaf Village with Madara.
Oh no. This is a traitor storyline?
Kind of. They'll explain the story. That's just how powerful he is, though. Because the first Hokage, don't fuck around, okay? Oh my god. Madara fought all the... Okay, oh my god. Madara's plan for world peace revolved around coming back to life. That's how Giga Chad big-brained he is.
I thought you were about to say something like Ultron style.
No, he died and came back to life.
Almost save the world by killing people? Pretty much.
No, pretty much. His plan was to end all wars by starting the 4th Ninja War that he orchestrated. He started a war to end all wars. That's Madara's plan. Okay, here's
what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of all diseases by creating a disease
that will kill all diseases.
That will kill all diseases and people with it, because that's how we will gain immunity.
Okay, Jace. Now back
which
to
makes no sense.
Madara showed back up after being killed. He was a guy who did the reanimation jutsu, which is basically remember during the Gaara death battle, they made the joke about Gaara's zombie dad.
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, they did in Naruto. There's this thing called the Edo Tensei where dead people came back to life for a while, but they were more like puppets, right? And the benefits of like what you see them do is that when they're in the Edo Tensei mode, they have indestructible bodies and unlimited chakra. And in that mode, Madara fucking slapped the 5 Kage, the 5 people who lead the 5 nations of this world. He fucking destroyed them, dude. He beat up the 5 Kage, and this is how much he flexed, okay? He pulled a meteor out of the sky, right? And he brought it down on an army. And luckily, one of the Kage was strong enough that he caught it and he stopped it. And he was like, good job. What are you going to do about the second meteor? And then a second one came down and boom, and exploded. And then, oh my god, Madara's biggest flex is that he has the same thing that Sasuke has, the Susanoo, which is just this giant skeleton thing, right? And during the fight with the 5 Kage, he made 25 clones of himself. And he was like, hey, Kages, do you want my clones to use Susanoo or not? And they were like, what? He was just flexing on him. He's like, I asked you, do you want my clones to use the Susanoo? Which is like this extremely overpowered thing. He asked them if they wanted him to do it. And then, I don't know, okay, the Aizen part will be, there's more to it. The Aizen part is going to be shorter, because I barely know that much about him. I just know that he's even more Giga Chad brain.
Do I mean to watch the analysis?
Yes, because I don't know stuff. Aizen.
Oh, yet you're talking, and you've been talking about it for at least 6 minutes.
Aizen's biggest power, it's so broken. It's illusions. Like, really powerful illusions. Which I don't know if Madara's going to be immune to, because Madara does have the Sharingan and power of Genjutsu. Which, I mean, Aizen's whole power is Genjutsu. And Madara and the people in the Naruto world, they learned Genjutsu in school. They're fucking children. And I don't know why he did this, but it got to the point where not only is he really good at planning everything down to the last detail, it's revealed when he's fighting Ichigo. Aizen reveals, like, I planned out your whole life, Ichigo. I don't know how he did it. He just planned it out. He's like, every battle you fought to get to this point, I planned it. It was all part of my plan. He's like, really? Even when I threw a pie at that guy? Or I don't know, something stupid. Like, some of the fights are stupid. Maybe and he's only going to get stronger. I think I'm leaning towards Aizen. Because when it comes to Madara's feats, are they going to, in the death battle, in the actual fight, are they going to have him be in Edo Tensei mode? Or is he going to be like in his normal human mode? You know what I mean? Because Edo Tensei, it's like he's a zombie. And the only way to beat that is it's really confusing. And all the strong things that I just listed, he only did while in Edo Tensei mode. I'm like, does it count? Do those credits transfer? It is confusing. It's a real gray area. All right, we can watch the video now.
Josh, talking about confusing. Shut up!
Did you like my surprise with the Monocareer?
Yeah. Just one other thing to keep an eye out for. If it happens to come up, I would also be ecstatic to meet the voice actors from that game Octopath I play.
Oh, yeah, a lot of them. Like, there's Endeavor. Patrick Sates is his name or something.
I think so.
Yeah. I think you said Justin Briner's in there?
I think he is. I have not confirmed that. I feel like I'd be surprised if he wasn't in there, because I swear I've heard his voice in that game somewhere.
You know, Justin Briner's in Death Battle. He plays Pit in Pit vs. Sora.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sora was played by Kirito.
Yes, Bryce Padden, bro.
Damn it! Should have had him send a Sora pop figure.
And
No, that'd be it for a Haley Joel Osment. And let's go. Patreon is a thing.
it exists.
It's a thing that exists.
Anime.
Madara Uchiha, the
Woo!
legendary missing
Let's go!
shinobi from Naruto. Sosuke Aizen, the Soul Reaper who stood upon the heavens from Bleach. We may dream of glory, but these two have the will to power to take it by force and claim a seat among the gods. They're the biggest, baddest anime bosses around, and not even death can stop them.
And they're in Jump
Versus
Force.
Zombie. Let's go.
Looks like.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Is that a guitar?
It it's a fan, but yes, it looks like a guitar.
Countless dead. A plot to conquer the planet. The
Kaguya.
ninja world was at war.
For the fourth time, only
For the
one
fourth
man
time.
could save humanity from itself, from beyond the grave.
The same man who orchestrated this war in the first place in order to end all wars forever. Madara Uchiha.
From birth, war was the only thing the young Madara knew, and there was no ninja he liked fighting more than Hashirama Senju. They're basically ninja Romeo and Juliet.
Belonging to opposing clans, Madara and Hashirama were forced to battle each other for years, all the while dreaming of a better future.
Hobbies, falconry, and 5D
Eventually
chess.
overcame their clan's differences
What the fuck is 5D chess?
creating the village of Konoha.
But Madara wasn't satisfied with Hashirama's dream of peace through cooperation. He desired an immortal peace through total domination.
Everyone else thought that was crazy, so he bounced, and then he came back to wage war against the village he helped build. Well, that didn't last long, huh?
Madara's megalomania was perhaps faded, considering he is in fact the reincarnation of the demigod Indra Otsutsuki,
Oh, yeah.
the inheritor of his immensely powerful chakra.
Basically physical and spiritual energy that makes ninja magic. Madara specializes in fire and wood style jutsus, which just seems irresponsible to put those together.
I never thought about that.
Waiting to happen.
His wood is especially impressive, considering it's the only style of elemental jutsu that can create life. Why are you looking at me like that?
Madara can even use his Gunbai to absorb ninjutsu and return it right back to sender.
What?
You know you're a
Yeah.
badass when you can take on armies with just a friggin' fan.
Madara has torn apart hordes of ninja without breaking a sweat, taken a beating from every tailed beast at once, and even defeated the 5 Kage, some of the strongest shinobi in the world.
He destroyed
Is
them.
even stated to be fast enough to move at light speed. And even weaker ninja like Orochimaru have dodged literal photon beams.
But Madara's greatest tool is the one born from his very bloodline, the
Sharingan.
eternal Mangekyo Sharingan.
The Mangekyo
These magical
Sharingan,
eyes
yeah.
massively enhance his perception down to the cellular level, allowing him to predict movements, see the flow of chakra, and summon the mighty perfect Susanoo.
The Sharingan can also cast a genjutsu that'll trap anyone that looks at it in an illusion, and even break them out of those same illusions.
In Sasuke's case, even ones as strong as Itachi Tsukuyomi, which can warp your perception of time. Itachi used it on a fellow Uchiha and made her live out her entire life in the span of 1/100th of 1/1000th of 1/1,000,000th of a second.
Oh, that's
And when
canon?
she died in the illusion, she died for real. If Sasuke could break out of
Huh.
it, Madara could too, easily.
And after grafting some of Hashirama's cells onto himself, he not
Would always have a piece of his Romeo inside him. This is my ship, Wiz. Stop looking at
Shut
me.
up.
He not only gained a healing factor strong enough to regenerate from having half his body vaporized, but also the terrifying Rinnegan.
AKA the big chungus of all eye magic. The ringy eyes let Madara absorb chakra and ninjutsu, create invisible limbo clones, see and remove your soul from your body.
I forgot about
and
the
summon
invisible limbo
giant-ass
clones.
meteors, as if he needed any more fucking powers.
While the Rinnegan lacks some of the Sharingan's unique abilities, he can switch between them at will.
After tearing the ninja world a new asshole, Madara was finally defeated in a climactic battle for the ages by his BFF, and thus
Or so
the
we
life
thought.
of a legendary shinobi came to an end in the arms of his one true love. Or did it?
All right, this is gonna get pretty crazy.
Oh my god.
Bear with me. Fearing a defeat in battle, Madara set a time-delayed jutsu that would posthumously rewrite reality and bring him back to life. And it worked! So Madara tricked another Uchiha, Obito, into witnessing his best friend murdering his other best friend. Then he tasked Obito with manipulating the world into another war. Meanwhile, he gave his own Rinnegan to Nagato with the goal of getting it back after he was brought back to life the second
Explain
time.
it like I'm a 5th grader. What the fuck?
Because he died again.
Because he died again.
That'll never work.
You're right, it didn't! So Obito went out and got the Rinnegan back from Nagato's corpse, because he died. Then Kabuto brought Madara back to life, and he got his eyes back from Obito.
Oh my god.
Then he
Boomstick is an anime fan.
This is me to you.
time ever.
He passed out.
Done to him. You'd think Ten Tails' power would be awesome, but those stinky 8 balls of doom are so lame.
Don't let their
It'd be
size
easier
fool
to
you.
understand if I
Truth-seeking
watched the
orbs are
show.
in another league. The Ten Tails is strong
Would it
enough
be easier
wipe
to understand if I
continents
watched
off
the show?
map, and the
Maybe.
orbs can be shaped into weapons that will completely disintegrate anything they come into contact with. Not even ninja resurrected through Edo Tensei like Minato could regenerate limbs lost to the truth-seeking orbs, which means they had to erase his literal spirit itself.
Madara's power was so insane, he was considered comparable to the original Sage of Six Paths, the dude who helped create the frickin' moon.
And when Madara created meteors, they were large enough to show up against the curvature of the Earth. Measuring their size and estimating the height at which Madara lifted them, they'd have to possess a potential energy of at least 370
What about the second one?
petatons of TNT.
No, those are 20 of them now.
Enough to keep up with 8 gates,
Just know that those
Hit
are
hard
the
enough
orbs
to
we were talking
bend
about.
space. Madara even has an attack where he hawks light speed loogies.
Considering even base Madara has displayed speeds on par with Light Timing Ninja, we know Ten Tails Madara would have to be significantly faster thanks to the Ten Tails' power.
So they are doing
Virtually
10 Tails
no
mod.
one left to oppose him. Madara's plot was
As in, did he?
awakened the Rin Shard
How did he get the
God,
10
and
tails?
with the
Like,
God tree
what did he
severed,
actually do to
decapitated
Naruto?
I can explain.
Spreading the tree's roots across the entire
You
planet,
don't tell me.
capturing every single person in the world. This would enslave all of humanity in an endless dream world, free of conflict forever. Peace through total domination.
Manipulating this tree with his chakra would have involved physically spreading its roots through and around the entire Earth in mere moments. Estimating the tree's mass and the speed at which the roots were moved, his chakra must have released an energy exceeding 1 yotaton of TNT.
What the fuck is a Yoda ton?
One jutsu. Is there a character that could possibly even touch Madara Uchiha?
Kishimoto himself didn't even know. Madara's power was so overwhelming, the only thing that could take him down was treachery.
Even the man with the magic eyes couldn't see that coming.
All that was
So
left
dumb.
was his old friend Hashirama, there to comfort him in his final moments.
Just like Romeo and Juliet. For never was
Hi.
there a story of more woe than this of Hashirama and his Madabro. I read it in iambic pentameter.
Is there a gas leak in here?
Now the real fun begins.
Oh, Madara has such a good voice in the English. All right, hold on. I'm gonna pause it. This is the plot to Naruto. Okay, so Kaguya wants to make a giant chakra tree, right? Except Kaguya isn't able to do it. So she gets Black Zetsu to do it, right? Except Black Zetsu isn't able to do it himself. So he gets Madara to do it. Except Madara isn't able to do it himself. So Madara gets Obito to do it. Isn't able to do it himself. So then Obito gets Nagato to do it. Except Nagato isn't able to do it himself. Alright, I'll play the video.
The Soul Society was in chaos. One of its leading Shinigami was set to be executed under suspicious circumstances. A band of humans from the living world had invaded to save her, and Sosuke Aizen, captain of the 5th Division of the Gotei 13, was dead. Murdered.
What dastardly mastermind could have been behind all this? He'd have to be a
That was so
great
funny.
5D chess master.
5D chess!
The man responsible was, in fact, Sosuke Aizen.
Little is known
That's
about
so funny,
man's
'cause
past, only that he
When I
was
watched
an
it, I knew
amazing
Aizen was the
human
bad
being.
guy. So when everyone was like,
So
Aizen is
These
dead! I was like,
Shinigami are spiritual
No, it's
beings
not.
who ferry lost souls
'Cause I knew he was the bad guy.
and purify those who have turned evil in the living world.
They're badass anime wizard Grim Reaper swordsmen. Though Aizen himself was hardly that cool. I mean, just look at those glasses. Dork.
But this Clark Kent was harboring a secret. Aizen had spent years attempting to develop the means to ultimate power, ruining the lives of many of his colleagues via his twisted experiments.
yeah.
Oh, so when Aizen does it, he's a supervillain. But when you do it to me, it's shut the hell up, Boomstick. You're under NDA, and I know about the stuff you've done.
As a Shinigami, Aizen's body is made of reishi, being spirit matter. and empowered by Raryoku, being spirit energy. Entities made of reishi are completely invisible to anyone without specific supernatural awareness, though a Shinigami's body is still tangible and can be damaged normally.
And with his Raryoku energy, Aizen can create incredibly powerful blasts.
Damn.
He's so strong, weaker beings will literally disintegrate if they get too close to him.
This is due to his Reiatsu, a localized spiritual pressure exerted as a result of his enormous
Actual
power.
pressure.
He also knows tons of Kido, or spells. He can create force fields, bend the light around him to make him impossible to detect, fire concentrated bolts of lightning, and absorb the energy from his surroundings to make giant-ass energy dragons.
Perhaps his deadliest Kido is Kurohitsugi. After an extensive incantation, Aizen surrounds his target in an enormous black coffin that distorts space and time and tears its victims apart.
Aizen's plotting finally came to fruition during the invasion of the Soul Society, where he faked his death using his greatest weapon, his Zanpakuto, Kyoka Suigetsu.
A Shinigami Zanpakuto is a magical sword that possesses a sentient spirit.
Yeah.
Kyoka Suigetsu gives Aizen complete control over his victim's senses the instant they lay eyes on the sword. This complete hypnosis traps its victims in a nearly perfect illusion that Aizen can manipulate at will, making himself virtually immune to attacks while his opponents are sitting ducks.
It's so strong that it kept a group of ex-Soul Reapers known as the Visored trapped for over 100 years without them even knowing it. It's one of the most broken powers ever and the definition of anime bullshit.
But it was all worth it when he perfected his ultimate creation, the Hogyoku, an immensely powerful reality-warping device that, quote, materializes the user's wishes.
In Aizen's case, it realized his desire to become the strongest being in the universe. With it, he can heal any of his wounds, even when half his body is vaporized. And more importantly, it exponentially increases his power over time through evolution by turning him into a horrifying butterfly monster man.
A being eventually strong enough to dethrone and replace the Soul King, the deity that controls the cosmic balance. Even a minor disruption to the Soul King's influence led to the three worlds of Earth, the Soul Society, and Hueco Mundo to start physically collapsing.
Then it implied that the Soul King has to be outputting enough energy to hold all these places together at all times.
Considering each should be roughly the same size, this would require an energy of over 140 zetatons of TNT.
I don't know!
Aizen is powerful enough to vaporize mountains as a side effect of a sword swing. His casual energy blasts can disintegrate huge chunks of the earth, and he can take on armies with just his Reiatsu alone.
He even defeated the rest of the Gote 13 without so much as breaking a sweat.
So he should be way stronger than Soul Society heavy hitters like Kenpachi, who sliced this 120-kilometer wide asteroid to pieces.
That's roughly the width of Great Britain. An asteroid of this size would have to carry a kinetic energy of at least 44 petatons of TNT.
And Aizen was so badass, he literally transcended other Shinigami in power. He was in a whole other dimension from the rest of them.
Until he fought Ichigo Kurosaki.
The battle we've all been waiting for. Way before this in the Soul Society arc, Ichigo was already as fast as lightning. And by this point, after all his power boosts, he'd even be faster than light. Hell, even weaker characters like this lady can dodge light beams.
Though their fight was epic, Ichigo had transcended the Shinigami as well, and even Aizen himself. Feeding upon his insecurities, the Hogyoku abandoned Aizen, who was quickly defeated and imprisoned within the bottommost level of the Soul Society's prison. Aizen was left alone. His great power he sacrificed so much to achieve was gone forever.
That's his prison
Or was it?
cell.
Somehow he ended up getting even stronger than before. But what made him so strong? Could it be the chair?
It's not the chair. It could theoretically be due to the chair's restraints keeping his Reiatsu from properly releasing, building it up within him until he was stronger in base than he was at his previous
Maybe
match.
they should have done that.
Yeah, it's definitely the chair. And, since the chair could still hold him after he got stronger, wouldn't that make it even stronger than him? Even stronger than the Soul King? All hail the mighty Chair-sama, most powerful being in all of Bleach. He even managed to hold his own against the Quincy warlord Yua, who absorbed the power of the Soul King himself. He even used Kyoka Suigetsu to trick him, and Yuha's a dude who can literally see every possible future all at the same time. All according to Keikaku, bitches!
And after standing among the gods themselves, Aizen returned to captivity and pondered the meaning of his existence.
Even trapped in a prison, sealed off in a different dimension with a 20,000-year sentence, he remains the most dangerous being in the world.
Who knows what schemes are brewing behind those cold, calculating eyes? No compassion, no empathy, only the drive for power.
No one has ever stood at the top. Neither you nor me. From now on, I alone will stand at the top.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, if you want the confidence of an anime supervillain, check out.
How much is
Aizen.
it? Yetaton and Zetaton?
I know Yataton I think is bigger. But I think we gotta remember to look at more than just numbers. First of all, Aizen may have a sword that can make you see illusions.
But I don't think that
I
won't
think
work.
Madara's eye will break through that.
The Rinnegan, Sharingan, yeah.
Rinnegan, Sharingan, Haringan,
His main,
Bakugan, whatever it is.
his main trick is illusion. That's his best thing. But it's not going to work. But this is tricky. I think it might just have to come down to numbers.
I think it was. I'm gonna have to go with. I think I would go with Madara because I feel like Aizen would rely on illusions a lot.
He does. My Aizen's body isn't made of flesh and bone. It's made of spirit matter and spirit energy. The Sage of Six Paths versus the Spirit God. What was he called? The Spirit God or the Soul God? Soul King?
Soul King.
I'm gonna go with Aizen. You're gonna go with Madara?
I don't want to get slapped.
I don't want to get slapped either. I'm just going with what I think is right. And if I'm wrong, I'll never watch Bleach again.
Madara.
It's Aizen.
I just know I'm gonna have a really, really horrible headache if I'm wrong.
Think about it this way: the Soul King is keeping planets from realms from collapsing into each other. Madara spread the branches throughout the one planet. What do you think about that? I don't know. I say we go for it.
Those planets, yeah, but Zeta is not. I'm looking it up. Zetaton and Yataton. How many Zeta? Okay, a Yataton is more.
One
So
yacht.
Madara did more. Madara had released more energy.
On top of that, the illusions isn't going to work as well. Fine, I'll go with Madara. Fine, you convinced me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What if I'm wrong and now we both gotta get slapped?
Then fuck you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Final answer.
Yep, Madara.
It's time for a death battle!
You can see me.
Oh, one more thing.
Everything.
Madara was able to actually physically destroy their spirit. Like, he'll destroy someone's arm.
Oh yeah, with the balls.
But then their arm also was all, their spiritual arm.
Didn't regenerate.
Was also gone.
God.
I would expect nothing more.
The end.
From a human.
Well, you made him think he got his arms and limbs
Did he
cut
put
off?
Aizen in?
Don't get so full of yourself.
You look like a girl.
Shut up. Yeah, little tricks like fireball jutsu isn't gonna work. Yeah, but the Susanoo is the perfect defense. Oh shit. Bring in the meteor. I don't think has Aizen even died, canonically. Madara has died twice. Ah, shit. Susanoo.
pounding of my heart, the taste of my own blood. I love it!
You're crazy. Both crazy. Oh, what a shot. No, it's an illusion. Don't believe it.
Bastard. Nothing escapes my illusions, human. Know your place.
Damn it. Yes!
What a wonderful dance.
Fake this out!
Genjutsu is so fucking annoying to watch in an anime in
Of course,
Naruto.
Madara won. He fake died twice for his 5D chess plan, while Aizen only fake died once.
Aizen and Madara were
There you go.
extremely evenly matched in raw power and speed. By our calculations, Madara spreading the God Tree's roots with his chakra was about 7 times more powerful than the best that Aizen could scale to with his rare Yoku, and both ended up being roughly as fast as each other.
While there are a range of possible feats and numbers to go with to determine their limits, the point is they're always going to be close to even.
Which means the main thing that mattered here were their powers and how they countered each other. Madara's enormous variety of abilities eventually overwhelmed Aizen.
While Soul Reapers like Aizen may be invisible to regular people, the Rinnegan allowed Madara to see invisible spiritual beings like his own Limbo clones. Hell, the Rinnegan lets you see and remove human souls, and that's exactly what a Soul Reaper is.
Both Chakra and Rare Yoku utilized spirit energy and operated in similar ways, being formed into attacks like ninjutsu and Kido. That meant that Madara's ability to absorb ninjutsu allowed him to nullify the vast majority of Aizen's range attacks, and even dispel his force fields.
And despite how OP Aizen's complete hypnosis was, Sharingan users can break out of illusions no sweat, even ones as powerful as Itachi's Tsukuyomi. And since Madara can switch between the Rinnegan and the Sharingan at will, he'd be able to break out of an illusion anytime he wanted.
Aizen's illusions are nearly perfect, but fellow Captain Unohana was able to subconsciously notice its flaws. With an eye as perceptive as the Sharingan, which can spot imperfections in genjutsus all the time, it was only inevitable that Madara would be able to quickly break out.
However, the same couldn't be said for Aizen, who never showed any resistance to the kind of mental illusions Madara can create.
Even setting illusions aside, the sheer quantity of offensive options at Madara's disposal, whether it be his clones, meteors, or monsters summoned by the Rinnegan, kept Aizen constantly on the back foot.
But none of that mattered if they couldn't kill each other, and both had pretty insane healing factors that could recover from just about anything, except for those pesky 8 balls of doom.
Madara's truth-seeking orbs were capable of completely molecularly annihilating spiritual beings and preventing them from regenerating. And again, Aizen was a spiritual being.
Since Aizen lacked the ability to do the same
saved me.
irreversible damage to Madara, the ghost...
Now you still chose Aizen.
Had exactly what he needed to put this actual ghost down for good.
Aizen was an
next?
unbelievably
About to
overpowered
find out.
foe.
Is there
But
one more
Madara's
before the
own
year ends?
powers, illusions, and devastating truth-seeking orbs allowed him
There's
to
enough
thrive
time for
in
one
action
for the year.
Gonzo.
Yeah.
Sosuke should have kept his Aizen the prize.
Aizen.
And,
Aizen.
Shut
Do you
up!
feel any shame at all?
moderately. Ha!
Fuck off!
Suck it, Wiz.
The winner is Madara Uchiha.
Hell yeah. I'm down. I'm okay with it.
Thank you for watching this
we
episode
go,
of
here we go.
Death Battle. If you're looking to get some merch for the holidays, we've got a bunch of great new items from Death Battle and Rooster Teeth. From hoodies to t-shirts to socks to beer styles.
Anime.
Click
I
that
was just
box
an anime,
to
but I
start
want
shopping
more. Next time on Death Battle. No way! Oh, come on, you're joking. Who's he fighting? Goku?
What?
Okay, that's a joke, right? We gotta watch One Punch Man.
Saitama and Popeye?
Popeye's an S tier fighter. He can like bend metal like it's wet noodles. It's a good death battle, right? Alright, about time someone with the Sharingan won. Sasuke lost. Kakashi lost. A lot of Naruto characters be losing. Rock Lee lost. I think the only Naruto characters who won were Naruto and Micah. Gar lost. I mean, you gotta watch some more Popeye, man. Popeye built differently. Not to mention that his fists.
What was Popeye even on? Like, who?
Cartoon Network? His like
Is that officially the name? It's just called Popeye?
I think so.
Of the show?
I think it was the name of that show. His forearms are like massive. And then don't even get me started. Remember the spinach? Crack open a can of spinach, and then he just it would be all, you know. Usually, if you do that in real life, it'd be all cold and wet. But no, man, it just.
I actually really like spinach.
Yeah.
I like putting it in my pasta.
Alright, so
it's also great for when you have a headache because it helps you helps you make more blood. So.
Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm Josh.
I'm Jace.
See you guys in the next one with Saitama. Alright, bye.